Hey there, my name's Luke, and welcome to the video. On top of everything that's going on in my life right now, my family just had to put down the dog that I've known since I was 5 or 8, I don't know, since my childhood. Her name was Maddie. She was a schnoodle, a schnauzer and a poodle. I've got a lot of pictures, and I may even throw up a tribute. I guess even from working in the vet clinic and seeing 2 or even 3 animals be put down every single day of different people, and working in the hospital and seeing people die maybe twice a week, or hearing about it twice a week for the last 3 years, nothing hits close to home like when it's a family, when it's a friend, when it's a family pet. It brings everything about mortality into perspective. Makes you question what you're doing with your life. Because death is easy for me. Very easy to accept. It was her time to go. She wasn't eating. She was skin and bones. She was walking around in circles, having no idea where she was going. Pooping all over the place. Peeing all over the place. On herself. She's not a pig, she's a dog. When a dog can't care for their own hygiene and have the self-respect to go in a corner somewhere, it's happening for months on end. And on top of all of that, my parents were trying all different types of food, and rice and eggs and chicken and whatever. The most basic, the most expensive canned food you could find. It didn't matter. She was 17 years old, and it was for her time to go. It did give me some perspective on my life so far, and everything that's happening currently. And I know a dog is a dog. It's not, a friend or family or relationship. It's still a companion. It's still life and death. It's still someone you miss. And it makes me wonder, who will miss me? Who will I miss? Who do I miss now? That's the fascinating thing about love. You can say that you're not ready for it yet. You can say you're not ready for marriage or kids or a relationship or, friends right now, because you're just trying to focus on work. Your family's pissing you off. But family is family. Friends are friends. And lovers are lovers. You can't deny that feeling. You can suppress it. You can deny it. You can refute it. But at the end of the day, it's right here. It ain't going nowhere. It's in your soul. And you only find out who you really loved when the heart monitor hits flatline. Whether that's for yourself or anyone else, you only feel truly when you're scared of this stopping, or it stopped. Otherwise, you move on with your life. You deny those feelings. And maybe you just avoid those. Maybe you just avoid people. Maybe you avoid closeness in your life out of fear of loss. You don't want to lose something so important. But the problem is, if you go about your life without attempting to connect with anyone, you're going to end up by yourself. But on top of that, you're not going to live a life that was worth remembering. If you die and you have no relationships, connections, close friends, or anything to leave behind, your legacy is gone. And what life was it to appreciate then? There wasn't. It was pointless. Not that it was pointless, but you certainly aren't making it easier on yourself or others. Now that's the other thing in life. People don't have to die for you to miss them. People come in and out of your life all the time. The question is, what kind of relationship do you set up while people are in your lives? Do you let them come and go, and that's it? A passing, floating person? What's your favorite color? Oh, whatever. Mine's red and black. You see that here? Red and black. Oh yeah, that's cool. What's yours? Oh, violet. That's cool. What's your favorite food? Tacos. Same. Moving on. No, you gotta find friends, family, and relationships that mean something. How do you see the world? What do you believe in? Do you believe in God? What's your vision for your future? Your future family? Your legacy? What do you want to leave behind? What do you have to accomplish before you die? What do you want to do? How do you want to love? How many do you want to love? How many do you want to like? What's something that you've told yourself every day but you've never told anyone else? I'll be honest with you. Recent things have brought me something to my attention. I have not smiled very much since my childhood. I look back on family photos and I'm always straight facing it, like this. Straight up. And first of all, I'm mad at myself for not smiling more. And second of all, I'm mad that my parents didn't force me to smile more. I'm mad that my parents didn't absolutely wring my head out and make me happier if they could. I don't know. Put laughing gas in my room. Something. But I think growing up the way I did, I'm an only child. Born in isolation, really. Came out a month early. Don't know why. Don't really want to be here that much. I don't know why I had to jumpstart this one and screw up my lungs in the process. I remember being so lonely, even in middle school, as a kid on the weekends. Just going around my neighborhood on a scooter, knocking on people's doors. is here? Is Madeline? No. Is Leilani? No. Is Axel here? No. Liam? No. Brooke? No. Okay. I'm going around and around and around. I swim in the pool. I play with toys. I go back to playing video games. Watch a movie. Try to watch something PG so my parents don't freak out if I watch a PG-13 movie. I have to think. I used to read more. I used to play my Leapfrog. When I first got a phone, I wasn't allowed to take my phone to school or anything. I didn't have a phone number really either yet. But I did have YouTube on it. And I had a couple approved games that I could play off of that phone. Like Clash of Clans or whatever. And I remember watching YouTube late hours into the night. And it's why I started my YouTube channel, is because, yeah, I'm pretty sure I only watched Stampy Longhead Minecraft videos back then. I never even had Minecraft on my PS3 until way later. But, whatever. That's besides the point. What I think is fascinating about my life is that I've always been lonely. Numb to emotions, completely oblivious to the world around me, terrible at communication. The only thing I'm good at is listening, and even then I zone people out. I just don't have a lot here to express. There's not a lot of emotions I feel. But when I do, I feel them very strongly. I'm out here crying in my car on the way back from work because someone told me I was terrible. Oh, and this was at the vet clinic, by the way. Don't get me wrong, your boy cries. When I used to work at the vet clinic, yeah, I did a subpar job one day. Someone told me I need to study better, and I cried on the way home. And I know the exact song that I cried to. And now, I listen to a couple Arctic Monkeys songs like 505, Do I Want to Know, I Want to Be Yours. And I'm over here crying in my car 2 times in a row after work. Can't help myself. The third day I shed a tear. But the first 2 I was sobbing. And I think that's crazy because it wasn't even a breakup. It wasn't even something that's negative. It was simply saying, I'm not addicted to you the way you are to me. And I realized that my hormones are fried. My emotions are fried. I'm all over the place. Now, I always said that I dealt in extremes. I will overeat. I will undereat. I will overtrain at the gym. I will overplay video games. I will watch way too much of a TV show like Game of Thrones and burn through it in a couple weeks. I'll watch way too many movies and do nothing but watch movies. With music, I go out to the club once a week. One time I went 2 times in 2 days. Got sick, too. Go to EDC Orlando, that's crazy. Extremes in music, how about dubstep, heavy metal? I like that crazy stuff. And then I want that gentle, soft lo-fi. It's a paradox. I either want to cook or I don't want to do anything at all. I want to eat garbage food. But at the same time, I could eat the healthiest food. Right now, I had a baked potato, a chicken breast, half a chicken breast, a little brownie mug cup thing that's 350 calories, and some soup this morning. Pretty sure that's under 1,500 calories, but who's counting? The point is that I do everything excessively, obsessively, and to the extreme. So when I chew gum, I don't chew gum for a couple hours. I chew gum for 12 hours if I can. If I fast for 24 hours. I don't just skip breakfast. I do everything crazily, obsessively. If I'm doing finances on my laptop, I don't just Google what's the best car for a 22-year-old nowadays to buy. No, I create an Excel spreadsheet and put 220 listings in there and figure out what I need to do. Oh, my nose. Oh. But everything I do is in extremes. And that means that I can become obsessive, almost addictive. I've gone through a phase where I was hating work so much that I would get home every day and have 2 drinks, 2 shots worth of alcohol. Not a lot, enough to be buzzed, that's for sure. And it was in some sort of drink or slushy or whatever, and I would sip on that for 4 hours. I would not be eating anything, so it would just be 2 shots of alcohol for dinner. But yeah, that was my life for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. I've been addicted to alcohol, I guess. I could say that I'm an alcoholic. And up until recently, I was addicted to nicotine. It's been 3 days now that I've been sober from it, I guess you could say. And then it brings it back to love. And I'm going to say it here because I can't say it anywhere else. Yeah, I'm feeling it. No, don't get me wrong. There's some red flags here. I'm thinking casual. You don't give, you don't care whatsoever. You just want to be friends. Okay. And I talked about this in my last video, but I'll do a little quick recap. First girl I fumbled was when I was little, and I used to live in Orlando, and she basically said, "Do you like me?" when she climbed halfway over her fence as I was walking home from her house, and I said, "I don't know." Fumbled, completely lost out on that part of my life. I think next one was a while past, and we're talking about lots of crushes missed out on, lots of crushes asked out or asked of Instas or asked of phone numbers and got rejected, told they have boyfriends, or just been like, "You're a good friend." So we'll just kind of skip over those. We'll talk about our real chances that we've had. Homecoming, asked her out over text, not the best idea. Barely got a hug at the end of the date. And also, I do remember the week after, she was hugging up on another dude after. I didn't claim her, I just took her out on a homecoming date. But I definitely was hoping that that would continue after homecoming. Apparently not. Got screwed. Next one was, actually maybe even before that, I took this girl out on a movie and a pottery date. And also a couple bike rides around our neighborhood. Really great. Apparently her mental health issues took precedent over a relationship, and I fumbled that too. We also had an age difference. She was 2 years older than me. Next one. Worked at Chick-fil-A. Had a crush. Let that one fumble away. Decided, whatever. This girl sitting next to me asked me out. I said, "I'm never going to ask out my crush. Might as well let you ask me out. Sounds good." Went out for a bit. Ghosted her. She ghosted me for 3 days straight. It was mutual. And we realized I don't really care for this person. It's not mutual. The only thing I wanted was something she couldn't give. I didn't even want her physically, but that was the only thing she could really provide to me. So even then, I wasn't feeling like I wanted to be there. Taught me about a relationship, taught me about restraint, even with all of my hormones as a teen firing, and willingness to slow down, because we both lived at home still, and basically it was either in the car or have a good night. Taught me making out, taught me respect, and taught me that you shouldn't go out with someone you don't actually enjoy hanging out with. For her, she was boring. She had no future, no life plans, and her physical body was in a bad spot. No, don't get me wrong, your boy is not exactly shredded. However, that does not mean that I am not out of shape. I have run. I'm not very good at running, but I can run. I can ride circles around you with my bike. I've got a mountain bike. Well, it's like a off-road mountain bike. Yeah, I could run circles around you with that. You can't keep up, buddy. I'll tell you that right now. Unless you're a track star. My knees are pretty strong from that, and my calves are huge from that. That's about the only thing I got going. My hands are pretty big, maybe, kind of. I don't know. I like to crack them a lot. I don't know if that makes them bigger. Maybe I'll crack something else and see if it grows. Oh. What was I saying? Next. Right immediately after that one that I was not interested in, another one came along. Now, she happened to be a little street one. Little street food, little free samples, if you know what I mean. She was giving out free samples to a lot of people. Or at least, she put off that image. And this girl worked at Chick-fil-A, which I found very fascinating. But anyways, besides the point, she found out that she wanted something of mine, a certain card. And I was young and stupid enough to realize, I don't care who takes it. You can have it. And I gave up my card. Not the best experience. Honestly, almost turned me gay. But the point is that we don't want to dive into that too far. The point is, you can always start anew. And you can always go out with someone new. So after I basically cut that one off and didn't go out on another date with her, and was just kind of texting her as a friend from then on, I met this other girl, not by choice, but she asked me out. There seems to be a common occurrence of girls asking me out. Don't get me wrong, these are years apart, months apart, lots of time in between. But for some reason, when I was 18, there was about 3 back-to-back. There was an aura coming off of me. It was truly fascinating. But I just remember this third one had freckles, long dark hair, dark eyes where it was like she was staring into your soul. She had a jawline that just said, yeah, I don't care. And she was like a little... There's so much chemistry there. There's no relationship there. We never met outside of work. But there was so much chemistry there. Even now, I feel it in my heart, in my soul. To find someone that is that passionate. And I think I may have found something like that again. Which is nice. But I want more than passion. I want love. I want someone that cares about me at the end of the day. That's worried about me. as I'm worried about them. Screw the titles. I don't need a girlfriend, boyfriend, doesn't matter. But I do need some assurance that you're not going to wake up tomorrow and go, who's Luke? Oh, yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he was my friend. We used to... yeah, it was fun. What? I want you to look back and go, yeah, it sucks it didn't work out, but we had a lot of fun while we were together. I do miss him sometimes, but our lives took us in different directions. That's what I envision. But whatever. Oh yeah, next. She basically told me that she had a long distance boyfriend, so... Oh, okay. Wonderful. Basically cut that one off, and then I proceeded to try to get over her for the next year and a half. From there, I graduated college and met up with a girl who liked smoking weed. A Taylor Swiftie. Wonderful. That couldn't go wrong. She was 5 years older than me at the time. 25. I was 20. Hung out a couple times, and that was the best I've ever experienced. And that was cool. Had a lot of cool experiences. She was very hard to please, and she cared little for me whatsoever. She had no feeling in her heart for me other than friend, but I was so much younger that it threw her off, even though she went after me. Maybe in the future I should just not tell my age. And don't do that, please tell your age. And then I would have to say, what else? I kept getting attached because I spent more time with her than I had with anyone else in the past. If you know what I mean. I'm talking about that was my first sleepover and everything like that. So it was new to me. The way we met at graduation was cute. Like, it was chemistry, but it was also like the idea of a relationship with this girl. And she was going to be a teacher and my mom's a teacher, and I'm like, wow, maybe this is destiny. I may not even want to do this, but it might be inevitable. It wasn't. At the end of the day, she didn't care about me, and at the end of the day, I wasn't good enough laterally, if you know what I mean. And let me tell you, if there is one thing you can do as a man, it is to learn how to eat properly. Use all of the silverware at your disposal. And make sure that they're shiny. Shiny as can be. There's plenty of Instagram accounts out there that you can watch, and plenty of Reddit posts that you can watch as well. But if you are out here and you're poking your ding dong into every donut you find without figuring out how to ice the donut first, you're doing it wrong. Anyways, you need to take your time. You need to be patient. You need to check in. And I feel like there's so much I could teach you in a video. Maybe I'll drop that in the next one. But the point is, never fail. It's going to take some time, but you cannot fail first try. You're going to need a couple tries to learn, but you have to be the best first try, honestly. You need to watch every YouTube video about it if you can. Every hub video, every article. bring protection, etc. Anyways, what's next? I would have to say there was this other one where I was drunk, I was here, I just got home from the club. I've never been to the club before. It was awesome. I had a great night. I made out with this girl, and then I got back here. I'm by myself. I just turned 21 3 months ago. I've never drank before in my life to that degree, and I was at the perfect level of chill. And I just remember I was playing video games and I just started texting this one, and she was high at her house or whatever, and she drove over here to my house, and things happened. We were both inebriated, and I don't regret it. I do feel ashamed about it though. Not my best moment. It was kind of sad. Did help me get over that other one that just didn't care about me whatsoever, because this girl ended up actually getting feelings for me, which is fascinating because in the past, this girl, she just broke up with her ex. I broke up with my situationship that was leading me on to be some casual whatever, and at the end of the day, I wasn't good enough here, and I wasn't good enough here, you know what I mean? I wasn't good enough as a friend to her, as a boyfriend, so we were just going to be friends-ish, and I wasn't good enough physically, so what was I good for, you know? Good thing this is still filming. 30 minutes, wow. Anyways, let's see. I know I've probably talked about this in my last video, the hour-and-a-half one, but let's try to make it a little bit more concise, you know? I'm trying to think here. Man, I'm tired. But I'm going to read after this to you, which I think will be fun. Oh yeah, okay, so we got over that one, and then we got over that one with that one, and we're talking about why that happened. Okay, so this girl developed feelings for me in a relationship style. However, she was older than me beyond belief. We're talking 27, and I was 21, so 6-year difference, maybe 28, that's what we're looking at. Big problems there. She was unattractive. She had a lot of mental health problems. And when I say unattractive, I mean your boy don't have abs, but he does have a chin. Check this out. So, before you come after me, I got them guns. Pow. Okay? Wow. Been working at the beard too. It's getting a little bit darker, which is good. But I keep it nice and trim for the most part. You've probably seen a little scruffy right now. My hair's all over the place. I don't know what to do with it, but that's besides the point. Worked hard to become this man, boy, teenage, whatever you want to call it. Now we just gotta work on these abs. Man, I am tired right now. What's going on? I guess we're gonna have to talk about pleasing a woman or a man, whatever. And then also relationships, love, idealistic, you know, things that we're looking after in the future. That's another part of the video. Anyways, besides the point. This girl was not interested in me at first. She didn't want to be physical. She wanted to be friends. Then she wanted to be friends and physical. And then she wanted to be friends without physical, then relationship, and then maybe back to physical. And it was just a lot of bipolarness, and I couldn't deal with it anymore. She was stressing me out. She was having me worry about her. And at the end of the day, I didn't care whatsoever about her. Like, she made me angry because she was wasting my time for me to have to care about her. And I didn't want to waste her time either. And I think there was a point where we stopped being physical. There was actually a time where it was only twice that it really happened where we were physical. And it was because we were both drunk. Other than that, there was nothing else there. And I rejected her pretty hard a couple times at the club. You know, we went there together as friends, and then she was too close to me, and I'm like, yo, bro code much? Give ya homie some space so he can pick up some chicks. You know? You can pick up some dudes too, I don't know. But damn. And then she had the audacity to come over so many times. That girl was over at my house, I think 3 or 4 times. She has slept over here more times than any other girl. And for one of those times, I was not about it. I was up once, and I wouldn't go to bed with her. Another time, she would refuse to do anything. She was tired or what, I don't know. She wanted to cuddle. I said, alright, I'm gonna go on a run. So there was that. And I want you to know something. And we'll definitely have to touch up on love, because that needs its own video. But as a man or a boy who's coming into manhood, going through puberty, you're having a lot of hormones thrown around. And your first instinct in life, once you get those feelings, is how can you get it as soon as possible? As fast as possible, first date, second date, third date, whatever. But let me tell you, it is so much more valuable to develop a relationship that lasts. Look at me. I'm 22 years old, and I didn't establish the most important part of a relationship. Are you capable of having love right now? Do you still love your ex? Are you single right now? Do you want a relationship between two people where I call you my girlfriend and you call me my boyfriend? Where you are mine and I am yours. Now we could break up in 3 months, 6 months, a year, it doesn't matter. But right now, I'm committed to you. I won't look at any other girls, I won't talk to any other girls, I won't text any other girls, I won't be doing nothing with any other girls, I won't be kissing on anybody else. I won't even be playfully joking with them like I would if I was single. It'll be a lighthearted, oh, the weather's outside looking tricky today. Ho 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 ho. That's all you're getting from me. Everything else, that's reserved for mine and mine alone over here. Alright? That being said, you need to establish first, do you want a friend, a buddy, if you know what I mean, a lateral buddy, or do you want a boyfriend? And then I want you to think to yourself as a man or a woman, for however you want to switch that around gender-wise, what do you want? Me personally, I have been alone for a long time, and I'm okay with that. I've had good days and bad days. I've felt very lonely some days, like today, because my dog died. My dog passed away. my dog. We had to put her down because she's in pain. And I'm a little lonely right now. Going through the emotions. Grandma's in the hospital. And the girl I'm seeing that I wasn't even sure I liked, let alone felt for, told me, yeah, it's just casual. Basically ghosted me for the last 3 days with the occasional goodnight text. We went from a string of throughout the day getting to know each other to sporadic one conversation about what sandwich we had for lunch. Yeah. Got rejected from my promotion. That's great. My grandma is getting out of the hospital. That's good. She's going to a rehab center now. Got my promotion rejected. I've got less than 2 to 3 months now before I get kicked out. And I've got to find my own house. Don't know where I'm going in life except career, I guess. I've got my master's. Not that that matters. Not that it means anything. The one girl in my life I wanted to see 2 or 3 times a week that was infatuated with me as I am in her. And even though she has a couple red flags, like her inability to decide anything, and it puts all of the pressure on me to decide some things. And I would say the casualness is throwing me off. My inability to read her body language like I have with everyone else. The shyness to the degree where I can't read anything she wants. The fact that she don't like chocolate or coffee, which is really problematic for me, because those are amazing stimulants. And if I can't give her chocolate on her worst days, what am I supposed to give her? A Starburst? Damn it. Like, I want to be nice to her, I want to be good to her, but what am I supposed to get her? Some flowers and a Skittle? I don't know. But then I think about all these feelings that I have, and all of the red flags drift away. All of the problems. Taylor Swift enjoyer. She does read books. That's kind of a green flag. I used to love reading books, and I'm about to start reading again because of this girl. This nerd is manipulating me into liking reading books again. So thank you. And it started off well, and at some point when this cools down and I have a better understanding of everything, I will read off of my journal to everything that's happened so far in the least amount of detail possible. But the point is that we went on a couple dates and a couple movies, and it's probably the best thing I've ever experienced in terms of a physical relationship, in terms of a friendship, in terms of a gentle and kind person that isn't directly trying to manipulate me. But even then, after all of my past relationships, even this girl still don't want me. She wants to be my friend. She wants to keep it casual. She's broken, like every other girl behind this. It just makes me wonder, can I fix her? I know, that's a trope. That's a cliche. No, Luke, you can't fix her. She has to fix herself, and that may take time. You may not see that while y'all are together. Am I a rebound? It's been 9 months to a year since her last boyfriend, but maybe that's not. Maybe I still am a rebound, even after a year later. Maybe in 2 months she'll tire of me, and then a month later she'll get over me because I'm meaningless, pointless, and there's no reason to care about me. So, moving on. Don't need to remember Luke. Let's get the real relationship going now. Let me go find a real man. No. I hope not. I hope it goes better. I don't even know what I want from this at this point. Even if she wanted to be my girlfriend and I wanted to be her boyfriend, do I even want it? Am I good enough? That's my problem. I don't even know if I'm good enough for it. Physically strong? I don't know. Good hobbies? I don't know. I like photography. I like making YouTube videos. I like talking to myself with a camera in front of me. That ain't hard. I like cooking. I like playing video games, watching movies. I like some lateral cardio. But am I a good boyfriend? Am I communicative? No. Am I good at talking in person rather than text? No, I like texting more. Am I good with my feelings? No. I'm either completely emotionally numb or letting my entire heart crumble around my body. So no. I don't know where this goes to. I don't know what the future entails. But I think if you're to have any kind of relationship that is physical with the opposite sex or the same sex, all power to you. You have to understand that the relationship comes first. And you should tell them first, hey, this is early, but we need to get this out of the way. I'm open to a relationship right now. Boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, boyfriend. I don't know. The point is that I'm looking for a relationship. I don't need to marry you. We could break up in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, don't matter. But the point is that I'm looking for a relationship right now. A friendship. A partnership. Where we support each other as humans. Where we communicate together as humans. Where we get physical together as humans. Where we care for each other as humans. And that's the scary part, because that means that when you break up, it ain't, that was a fun fling. Yeah, sucks I don't get banged up anymore like that, or cracked, or whatever the lingo is nowadays, but yeah, sucks that's over, but whatever. No. When you got a relationship, and it felt real, you knew it may not last forever, but in the moment, it could have been a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, it doesn't matter. During that time frame, you had some great times, and you shouldn't trade that for anything. You shouldn't be sad missing out on that. You shouldn't be sad that you ever had it. That experience was beautiful. And you'll always have those memories, good or bad. They'll be there. So what you have to understand is that getting into a relationship is nothing to be scared of. It's opening your heart for a better life. High risk, high reward. If you don't open your heart, you won't feel anything, and your life will be meaningless and empty, shallow, hollow. But if you open your heart, you're more likely to get stabbed and bleed all over the place. But at least you'll feel the wind breathing down on you. The icy, fresh, cool air as it surges through you and picks you off the ground. It's beautiful. It's inspiring. And it's gorgeous. You shouldn't trade it for anything. Now, that being said, I hope that you're okay by yourself first before you try making out with anybody. You gotta be able to do it on your own first. And I think I've done it on my own long enough. I just don't want it to end. I don't care if we're just friends and she cares about my day and I care about hers. We don't need to be a boyfriend and girlfriend. Have fun doing some cardio. Have fun talking as friends, hanging out, going out and grabbing a bite to eat or a coffee or a drink or whatever. But at the end of the day, not stressing so much about each other to the point where we're freaking out. Although I already have had a panic attack. But that's just me. Hormones. No. What we're looking for here is someone to care about us. And the thing about empathy, the thing about not being lonely, it's not being by yourself that's the problem. That's easy. It's being with someone and still feeling alone. Feeling like you don't matter to them. If I'm by myself, I know I matter. I may hate myself sometimes, but I know I matter. I know my life has meaning. I know my life is not over yet and I have so much to experience. And even if I had a terrible life, I know I could cash in my assets and say screw you to retirement and live some really good years. With the amount of money I have now, I could survive for a couple of years and say, whatever, to my retirement. And then from there, do what I need to do. But that doesn't matter. What does matter? Don't go anywhere. If your family doesn't love you, I love you. If your friends don't love you, I love you. Please don't go anywhere. And if you're still watching, wow, you're a real trooper, man. Or girl, I'm sorry you had to watch this far. I'm doing longer videos now. I got more feelings to say. Got more things to say in my life now. More problems to discuss. What else was there? I just want someone that cares whether or not I live or die tomorrow. Does it really matter? I think it does. I care if I live or die tomorrow. My parents They care if I live or die tomorrow. My grandparents, I care if they live or die tomorrow. I hope they survive. I love my grandparents. I love my cousins. But that's just family. I need to go beyond family. Friends, co-workers, relationships. And I have to think, who's the best friend in my life right now? Who is someone that is not related by blood, that is the closest to me? Any of my guy friends? No. I've hung out with a lot of my guy friends, but I don't feel close to them. Send them a couple of reels. See them at work. But closeness? It's not a very guy thing. The only way for guy friends to get close is if I invited out the boys to my spot and we played poker every Thursday night or something. And after a couple weeks of that, then we would be closer, I think, maybe. We'd still probably be a guy group and not really care. So, a person of the sex that you're attracted to, the gender that you're attracted to, whatever you want to call it. When they say girlfriend, there's a middle word in there that you don't see, and that's girl best friend. That's boy best friend. Your boyfriend or your girlfriend is not just your lover or whatever. That's a friend that has got your back in every aspect. That is your best friend. Now you can have a female best friend or a male best friend, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, the only person in your life that you get to choose that is your best friend for at least the time being, that's that girlfriend, that's boyfriend, significant other, whatever you want to call it. Through thick and thin, maybe they move in with you. Maybe you end up getting married. Maybe you just talk about your life and all the problems that's been happening. Philosophy, religion, similar hobbies, similar passions, similar outlooks on the world and life. All of those come together and form that connection, that bond, that friendship. And that's where you can't get as close with your girlfriends or your boyfriends, because then you start getting a little physical. Now your hormones start mixing into all that, on top of the mental aspects. You got physical, mental, emotional from those hormones, and also the mental, where everything's piling together, circling around like a vortex, pulling you in. And that right there is love. I think it's a beautiful thing. But that's all you need in life. You just need someone that cares about you as much as you care about them. Mutual caring for each other. Do I care about you physically? Yes, I do. Do I care about you emotionally? If you've got problems in your life, I want to console you, not just fix the problem, but I want to help you deal with that right up here and here. Attracted or helping someone out mentally. What are they going through? Maybe they're going through some career troubles. Maybe it's not just emotional. Maybe they do need some logic and reasoning. Maybe they do need some help in life. Maybe they're moving and they need some help moving, and you happen to have a trailer for all their stuff. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, religious-wise, philosophy-wise. Just being a listening ear to someone while they talk and rant about how terrible their week was or how good their week was. All of these things come together to formulate love. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it friends with some other benefits, but the reality is that that is a love. That is a girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other. You can call it whatever title you want and try to say it's casual to whatever you want, but the reality is that you cannot have a relationship in this world or friendship without caring about the other person in some capacity. So care about your fellow people. Now, I want to make sure that I reiterate this so I don't forget. Leave in the comments if you want a video about love and the process of that. Well, I feel like I've touched on that a little bit here. One could be about physical intimacy and how to please the opposite or same sex, hypothetically. Or third, something a little bit different. I'm thinking about reading out loud to you as like an audiobook thing. I don't have the best voice, but I'm trying to work on it, and I figure might as well start reading to you. Anyways, you let me know. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.